What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter from Panda here. You probably have no idea why I bought this hair coloring kit. Well, you might. It has something to do with the color of my hair, and I want to tell you a story before I tell you about this simpler hair coloring kit, which actually looks like maybe the simplest, easiest to apply, and maybe safest, most natural one ever. And if it works, that would be amazing because I don't know that anything I've used, which is pretty much the convenient stuff, is any easier than this. This might be the easiest thing in the world. So, first of all, I want to tell you a little story, which I maybe have never told anyone before. But when I was in grade school, you know, when you're graduating out of, I guess it's called junior high now, but 8th grade, a whole class votes on things for everyone. So everyone walks away with a little title, like funniest, most intelligent, hardest working, most likely to succeed. You know, you've probably seen some of this stuff. And I thought I was pretty smart. I thought I was pretty witty. But guess what they voted me as? I was the most likely to go bald. Now, I will tell you, it's been a while since 8th grade, and guess what? I'm not bald. Booyah! But the reason that I got that was because for as long as I can remember, I have had gray hair. And you can obviously see some of that just right here. And one of the things that's funny is because I have nearly black hair, maybe super dark brown, black, whatever you want to call it, it just was really easy to see some of the gray. Now, over the years, I've gotten some more. I'm starting to get a little bit of that Mitt Romney gray on the sides here. Obviously, the grays on the top of my head are getting more pronounced. They're definitely getting feathered in. I obviously didn't have as many of these when I was just a kid. Now, enter this product right here, and I want to show it to you. I've just unboxed it. It comes in this little box. It's simpler. It's a brand new product to the market, and what you get in it is this little bag with all of the goodies. It's a beautiful little bag. It comes super well packaged. You can see right there, there is the site, simplerhaircolor.com, and it does come with some greetings inside the box, as well, and a greeting from the creator, as well as a book on how to use it. And what makes this great is that it comes with some equipment, as opposed to most gels, which maybe like the, oh, I got that Just for Men gel, and you just kind of wash it into your hair like shampoo, but the problem is you get it on your hand, so I bought like rubber gloves to apply. Now, what you have here are some reusable gloves. I actually have some of these, but I probably don't need them, but you get them in the package here. You also have some petroleum jelly, which kind of comes in a little squeeze packet here. You can use that to kind of outline your hair area. We also get the Luxe Nap, and I'm going to just show you this. It comes all wrapped in foil, and it's kind of like a microfiber towel, and that's for touching up. I think if you get it over, you know, your hair and onto your skin, you just kind of want to get it off your skin so you don't have it dyeing your skin. What I've noticed on hair dyes is that it's not so much dyeing the skin, which all of them might have that problem, but it doesn't really stick to the skin as much as it does to your fingernails. So you want to make sure, if you don't want it showing like your fingernails are always dirty, you want to make sure that you wear the gloves. Now, it does come with this brush, and this is the thing that makes this thing so different. It comes with this little plastic brush. You can see we have some teeth here. They're pretty stiff. This is like bristles like a toothbrush at the end, and you can see they're a little deeper. And what you can do here is use this like a comb, and you apply the simpler color to the brush here, and then you can kind of use the big teeth to spread it and put it in the general area, and use the little brush to feather it in. Now, if you have a beard, this works great for that, or deep sideburns. But what is great about this is you can be very precise about where you put it, which is a lot different than a lot of the other ones. Now, it comes in this little squeeze can. You can see 2 nozzles because there's usually 2 components to it, the color and then like the gel that kind of activates it. And so you just spray it right on here and start spraying it in. Now, the other thing that you'll notice on the bottom there is you can get this in different colors, and mine says natural black because boom, doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So what I'm excited about is using this cream, and I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to not use the precautions nearly as much. I am going to use this to just touch it up. The other thing that you might want to do is, if you're going to apply it, maybe be shirtless so that you don't have to take a shirt off over it, you know, especially after you want to wait the 15-20 minutes, maybe as it's kind of soaking in. Then you're going to want to jump in the shower or rinse your head under water, and maybe you don't want to get that shirt wet, or maybe you'll put a towel over yourself. So you can obviously do whatever you want. And then we'll get this in, and then we will see if any of this becomes less noticeable. We'll try it after one application because I want to look youthful. just like Dick Clark. In the bathroom here, and I've got a button-down shirt so I can take this off once I'm done. And here is the stiff, and I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze it on here, and hopefully I do this thing justice. Whoa, got a lot of it. And you can see it comes out in the two components. Now, you kind of have to mix these up, I think, to work. And so one of the things that I want to do here, and my hair is just washed, so I don't have any product or anything like that. But as you're kind of brushing it in, it'll kind of start to mix on its own. And then as it's mixed up, I think that's kind of when you really want to strike and hit it hard. Now, I am doing my best to kind of float the brush and not necessarily hit my skin, because I think it can stain anything. You know, my experience with hair dyes in general is that it really kind of sticks to things like hair and fingernails. So especially with that, man, I look like a slicked up dude right now. Anyway, I'm going to continue to try to apply this. You can see it's almost all gone. Really get it here on my sideburns as well, but I'm not going to bore you with all that. And I'm going to try to do my best to keep it on the hair and not on the skin. Now, once I finish here, which will just be in like 60 seconds, I'm going to keep it here for 15 minutes, no longer, and then wash it out, and we will see if we can tell any difference. I have a reveal here, and I want to show you what it looks like, and I also want to make a couple of confessions. One, I don't know how well it's going to come across on video, but two, I did not wait the full 15 minutes. So as impatient as I was looking in the mirror, looking at it and waiting, and I realized that even though that mixture of that kind of the brown and that white material just kind of looks brownish as it's coming out, it definitely turns like dark black. And I had it on my skin around my sideburns and whatnot, and it was so black that I was getting a little worried that it was working too well, and I didn't want to go into work with such a stark hair coloring difference. So I thought, all right, I'm gonna arrest this process here at 9 minutes, and I washed it out, shampooed it a couple times just to make sure I got everything out. And I have some results I want to share with you. First of all, I think it works great. I mean, like I said, it's going to be maybe a little hard to see here, but as I was looking, I mean, the grays that were really obvious up front here all seem to be black, you know? And what I did was, like I said, as I saw it darkening up on the sides here, I really went ahead and I was like, oh, I don't want to get rid of like all of this because it's going to be really obvious, because obviously I've had grays most predominantly right here, but also feathered in. But up at the top where I kind of started, and so it maybe had an extra 30, 60 seconds, you know, it did an incredible job and almost too good. In fact, as I was looking at the guide about how long you should let it sit in there, you can apparently let it go for 20 or 25, 30 minutes. But I think if you are trying to color change or, you know, darken up a little bit, you might not want to go that much that quickly. So you can see I left a little there. Now I also want to say that I got some of the, you know, the covering, the material on my skin right here, and I was a little worried about that, but it does just wash off. So I just kind of scrubbed it a little bit and it came off. So it really sticks and adheres to the hair. Now, don't base what you do on my experience there. It does come with that Vaseline, and so if you have some areas that you want to make sure, you know, don't get dyed, I would probably go ahead and use it. And like I said, because I kind of shortened up the time frame on it, that may have had something to do with it too. But it just shampooed out, and I'm thrilled with it. Not only am I thrilled with the way it looks, but I have used some of the other products, whether they're kind of daily shampoos that kind of darken it up over time, or some of the other stuff that I've used in the past, or like a powder that you mix into like a gel and then you use like a pseudo paintbrush and put it in. Those things are terribly inconvenient to use. And this one is no harder than putting toothpaste on a toothbrush. I really was that simple. And you kind of brush it in, and I'll be honest, you know, 8-9 minutes later, you get results, which is crazy. So, hey, if you want to pick it up, I would highly recommend it. It's just come out. The product doesn't have some of those harsher chemicals, and I think it's just a great deal. And if you're using anything else, I would stop. I would use this. And if you have different hair colors than mine, they also make it in different colors as well. So I'm sure you can find something for everyone. Hey, I will put a link to it in the description below if you want to pick it up. Peter Von Panda, out.